Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. We're looking at Luke chapter 12. In this chapter, Jesus has two bewares, two warnings, first to the Pharisees and even to us, and that is to beware of hypocrisy. Don't be a pretender. Don't be a hypocrite. We've talked a lot about that. Then he has a second beware, and that is beware of covetousness. Covetousness. You know, I believe it was A.W. Tozer who said, today we have a humanistic Christianity. It's all about me, what God and others can do for me, instead of what can I do for Christ. And we've raised a generation of irresponsible people, disrespectful people, because they think it's all about them. Have your own way. Do it your way. What do you want to do? Follow your heart. All indications of a humanistic heart. And Christians have got caught up into this stream of materialism that we have today in our country. I remember reading in a book the other day about how that we live lives to get money, to buy things that we don't need, to impress people that we don't like, with money that we don't even have. And we put it on credit. Oh, we live in what he called the rat race. And surely that is what is happening all around us. So what is the answer? What is covetousness? Understanding the real root of covetousness is something in the heart. And that's what Jesus talked about in Matthew chapter 6 it is. And this is interesting because he said, do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You want to know where your heart is? Look in your checkbook. Look on your credit card statement. See what you spend your money on, what you give your money to, and you'll find out where your heart is. This passage in Luke chapter 12 about the rich fool. He was not a fool because he was rich. He was a fool because he didn't realize the brevity of his life. One, because the very night he was thinking, I'm going to do more things for myself, he died and left all his riches to someone else, as Solomon said, who will probably waste it. What a tragedy. But here it is. Listen, in verse 17, so when Jesus told this parable about this rich man who had worked hard, his fields yielded plentifully, it says he thought within himself. He didn't say it out loud. He didn't proudly boast, look how rich I am, look what I have. He didn't do that. No, he thought within himself. Covetousness is within the heart. It's a heart problem. We're thinking about me, I. And notice in these next verses, he says, what shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops? So he said, I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build greater. There I will store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, so you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease and eat, drink, and be merry. Humanistic Christianity, living for money, living for what you can do for yourself instead of living for God and for others. Lay up treasures in heaven. That's where Jesus said we need to do. It's not about making a living. It's about learning how to live and how to live for eternity. And what a difference that'll make when we learn that lesson. So many lessons for us to learn here. And so where is your treasure? And then one last verse in Colossians chapter 3. And so he tells us to set our affections on things above in verses 1 through 4, because Christ is going to appear. Therefore, put to death your members which are on the earth, fornication, uncleanness, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Put it away. Living for self, living for what you think money can do for you, not realizing that you're going to face God and give an account of everything you did with that money that really was not yours in the first place. It was God's. So help us to think about these things and put off covetousness, which is a worship of self, about me. God bless you. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.